Imagine waking up one morning and realizing that everything you believed about your life might not be real. Your name, your bloodline, your identity. Imagine discovering that the one person you trusted more than anyone else in the world, the woman who gave birth to you, raised you, protected you, may have hidden the most important truth of all. This isn't just a rumor. This isn't just celebrity gossip. This is a daughter questioning who she really is. This is a family secret so heavy it cracked the foundation of trust and pulled a mother and child into a storm of pain, silence, and public scrutiny. According to sources, when alleged DNA information surfaced, Riley Burruss didn't just feel shocked, she felt betrayed. Betrayed by years of silence, betrayed by smiles that may have masked secrets, betrayed by a truth that, if revealed earlier, could have saved her years of confusion and emotional distress. And the most heartbreaking part of this story is that the accusation isn't aimed at a stranger, it's aimed at her own mother, Kandi Burruss. This is no longer about fame or money. This is about a young woman standing at the center of her life, asking one devastating question: who am I, and why was the truth taken from me? For decades, Kandi Burruss has been celebrated as one of the most successful and respected women in entertainment, a Grammy-winning songwriter, a savvy businesswoman, a reality television star who built her empire in front of millions of viewers. She wasn't just admired for her success, she was admired for her character. Kandi consistently presented herself as honest, hardworking, resilient, and above all else, devoted to her family. She often spoke publicly about the sacrifices she made as a single mother, about breaking generational curses, and about protecting her children at all costs. To her fans, Kandi represented transparency and strength, especially as a Black woman navigating fame while raising children under constant public scrutiny. At the center of that image was her daughter, Riley Burruss. Viewers watched Riley grow up on television, transforming from a quiet child into a young woman trying to find her place within a very famous family. Kandi frequently described Riley as her heart, her motivation, her reason for pushing forward when life became overwhelming. Their bond appeared unbreakable. On screen and on social media, the story looked beautiful, a loving mother fiercely protecting her child from the harsh realities of fame, a family that had survived criticism, rumors, and pressure together. But according to insiders, behind that carefully maintained image, something was deeply wrong. Sources now claim that Riley often struggled with a feeling she couldn't explain, a sense of being out of place, as if she never fully fit into the puzzle of her own family. Fans began to notice moments on camera where Riley appeared distant, emotionally guarded, almost weighed down by something invisible. At the time, viewers brushed it off. They blamed the pressures of growing up on reality TV. They blamed fame, adolescence, or the stress of being constantly watched. No one imagined that the root of her discomfort might stem from unanswered questions about her own identity. According to reports, whispers surrounding Riley's paternity had existed quietly for years. These questions were never confirmed publicly and never addressed openly, but they allegedly lingered behind closed doors. Family members, insiders claim, may have known more than they ever admitted. Yet on social media, everything appeared perfect. Kandi continued posting loving tributes to Riley, birthdays, graduations, proud mother moments filled with affectionate captions and smiling photos. To the outside world, the message was clear: everything is fine. But now, fans are re-watching old episodes, rereading old tweets, and revisiting old interviews, searching for cracks they may have missed. One resurfaced clip in particular shows Riley becoming emotional during a family discussion about honesty and trust. At the time, it felt random. Now, viewers are asking if she was already carrying a truth too heavy for her age. As Riley grew older, sources say the questions grew louder. Questions about her father, questions about why certain topics were avoided, questions about inconsistencies she noticed in conversations and family reactions. Insiders suggest her unease wasn't curiosity, it was instinct. She noticed subtle changes in tone, sideways glances, abrupt topic changes, and uncomfortable silences that carried far more weight than words ever could. According to reports, Riley confronted her mother privately more than once, asking direct questions about her paternity, but each time she allegedly received vague answers, gentle deflections, or reassurances that failed to quiet her growing doubts. Around the same time, fans began to notice a shift in Riley's social media presence. Her posts became more reflective, more somber, almost searching. A birthday caption that once seemed celebratory was reportedly deleted and reposted with a noticeably different tone. Followers commented that something felt off, that Riley seemed distant and emotionally withdrawn. Still, no one understood the gravity of what was unfolding behind the scenes. According to multiple gossip sources, an alleged DNA report surfaced, never officially released, never publicly confirmed, but powerful enough to shake the entire family to its core. Reports claim that the results suggested the man Riley believed was her father for most of her life might not be her biological parent. The shock, insiders say, was indescribable. Riley reportedly withdrew, spending hours alone, crying quietly, struggling to process not just the possibility of the truth, but the years of secrecy that may have surrounded it. What hurt most, sources claim, wasn't just the DNA allegation. It was the silence, the realization that she may have been the last person to know the truth about her own life. Discovering a secret is devastating. Discovering that the people you trusted most may have hidden it from you is emotionally shattering. According to insiders, Riley didn't respond with explosive anger. She responded with grief, a quiet internal collapse that slowly unraveled her sense of self. As rumors began circulating online, fans noticed something unsettling. There were no strong public denials, no clear confirmations, just silence. Even more surprising was the apparent role of Mama Joyce, who was known for being outspoken. Reports suggest her visible support for Riley raised questions about what she may have known and how long she may have known it. Insiders claim that her involvement, while supportive on the surface, may have intensified tensions within the family rather than easing them. Behind closed doors, sources describe emotional confrontations, emergency family meetings, and conversations filled with tears, raised voices, and raw pain. Riley allegedly demanded answers. Candy reportedly struggled to navigate both emotional devastation and potential legal consequences. The family that once appeared united now seemed fractured, not by money or fame, but by trust broken at its deepest level. According to reports, Riley eventually reached a breaking point. Legal teams, private investigators, and trusted advisors were allegedly brought in to help her explore next steps. Sources claim the decision to consider legal action was not impulsive, but the result of months, possibly years, of emotional trauma, unanswered questions, and suppressed pain. Friends say Riley struggled with anxiety, insomnia, and moments of paralyzing despair. She reportedly spent long periods looking at old family photos, trying to reconcile childhood memories with a present filled with doubt and betrayal. Meanwhile, the public dissected everything. Old interviews were reanalyzed, reality TV clips were scrutinized, Instagram captions were examined line by line. What began as whispers turned into a viral saga about betrayal, identity, and the devastating consequences of secrets kept too long. Fans weren't just watching a scandal unfold, they were emotionally invested in Riley's heartbreak. However, for decades, Candy Burruss has been viewed as far more than just another celebrity. She represented the definition of a self-made woman, Grammy-winning songwriter, business mogul, and reality television star who built an empire right before the public's eyes. To her fans, Candy symbolized honesty, resilience, hard work, and sacrifice. She frequently spoke about being a strong Black mother, about protecting her children at all costs, about breaking generational curses and creating generational wealth. In interviews, on reality TV, and across social media, she consistently presented herself as a woman whose greatest pride wasn't her awards or success, but her children. And at the center of that pride stood her daughter, Riley Burruss. Riley grew up in the spotlight, with cameras documenting her transformation from a quiet little girl into a young woman trying to find her place in a famous family. Candy often described Riley as her heart, her motivation, her reason to keep going when life became overwhelming. From the outside, it appeared to be a beautiful story, a devoted mother, a protected daughter, and a family that managed to survive fame, criticism, and constant public scrutiny. But according to insiders, behind those smiles and loving captions, something wasn't right. Sources now claim that Riley often struggled with feeling out of place, like a puzzle piece that never quite fit where it was placed. Fans later recalled moments on camera where Riley appeared distant, emotionally guarded, and unusually heavy for her age. At the time, these moments were brushed off as the pressure of growing up famous, the emotional toll of reality TV, or the awkwardness of adolescence played out in front of millions. No one imagined that the real reason for that emotional weight might be far more painful. According to reports, questions surrounding Riley's paternity had existed quietly for years. They were never confirmed publicly, never openly discussed, but allegedly whispered behind closed doors among certain family members. Despite this, the public image remained flawless. Candy continued posting photos celebrating Riley's milestones, birthdays, graduations, proud mother-daughter moments, each caption filled with love and reassurance. To the world, everything looked perfect. But now, fans are going back, re-watching old episodes, rereading old tweets, and searching for cracks they may have missed. One clip in particular has resurfaced, showing Riley appearing emotional during a family discussion about trust and honesty. At the time, it felt random. Now, viewers are asking whether she was already carrying a truth too heavy for her young shoulders. As Riley grew older, sources claim the questions only grew louder. Who was she really? Where did she come from? Why were certain topics avoided during family conversations? Friends and insiders suggest that Riley's unease wasn't just curiosity, it was instinct. She reportedly noticed subtle inconsistencies, a sideways glance when certain names were mentioned, an abrupt change in subject, uncomfortable silences that suddenly felt loaded with meaning. According to reports, Riley privately confronted her mother, Candy Burruss, more than